Hey there, welcome back guys. This video is for those that have the DJI avata and you want to enable the FCC hack, which will create more channels for you. If you've ever flown the drone and you lost a signal, it actually happened to me. I was on a meetup and I was flying the drone. I was here and the drone was like maybe 25, maybe 50 feet away max, and the signal just went blank. I was like, oh shit. And I started to panic, even though the drone was so close, maybe 25 to 50 feet away, you still panic because you have the goggles on and everything just goes dark. Not dark, but the signal gets pixelated and then it just goes signal gone. So one solution, I believe, is the FCC hack, which should give you more signal strength. All right, so let's get started. So you want to make sure the drone is on, full battery. Don't let it overheat. Make sure the RC controller is on, and also make sure the goggles are on, right? So now that we have all that done, you go to this website and you just download this file. See where it says this file, the ham config, and it downloads. Okay, let's see, show on Finder, and there's the file right there. See, and you just expand it. It's actually expanded right there. And then you just take that file and you drag it onto the, oh, interesting, the SD card, right? Usually you would have an SD card in the SD card slot. But one second while I get that card. But before I get the card, I'm going to show you how we can check to see which firmware we're running. Okay, so let me just launch the DJI Fly app so that you can see what's happening in the goggles. It should connect. If we go fly. All right, so these are the goggles. You don't need to see me. Maybe we'll just show you that over there, the bookshelf and the chess game that seems to have never ended. Get that cable out of the way, and voila. All right, so to see which firmware we're running, let's go here, status. You're gonna go to, I believe, whoops, settings, right? About. And you go down to about, see, this is the firmware, current aircraft firmware, remote controller firmware, and goggles firmware. That's what we're running. Now to see manual mode, not manual, to see which frequency we're transmitting on, right? Normally you go to transmission, and if you click on channel mode, right, see where it says manual, so it automatically selects for you. But if you look down, there's just one channel. That's it. Manual mode, one channel, and normally you'll see this auto. So if you leave it set to auto, that's fine. You know, it automatically does for you, and you'll be on whatever channel it designates. But to go back, see it's in channel mode. I'll go back again. Transmission, and scroll down. Channel mode set to auto. Go to manual. Okay. See that? There is one channel. So when you take that file and you drag and drop it into the SD card, you should have 3 channels. But let's see what we have in manual mode. That's 40 megahertz, 20 megahertz. 20 megahertz gives us 3 channels, okay? And we'll go to, I think it was 10 megahertz. 10 megahertz gives us 3 channels, okay? So let's put the file onto the SD card. Remember, drag it, drop it in. It doesn't go into a folder. Remember, it goes into the SD card of the goggles. So you'll need a little file transfer thingy, depending on your computer. For me, I have this. For you, you might have a slot built in. But let me just, one second. Here we are. We have our SD card with the file on it. Just drag and drop it in. Now, when we put it into the goggles, right, we should wait for it to just kick in. Take off my glasses. Now, actually, let's shut it off. And we'll let it boot back up. Don't leave it off for too long, because then sometimes that'll just cause the drone to shut off. It'll overheat because it's trying to find the connection, but it can't. All right, so there we go. Isn't it great? We can just stream onto the screen without having to put the goggles on. Otherwise, the video would just be like this. All right. So now if we go into transmission, right? Click on, it's already in case you're not there. Channel mode is manual. If you're in auto, right, what you'll do is just click manual, and look at that. We went from 1 channel to 3 channels. That's in 40 megahertz. So if we go to 20 megahertz, now we have more. Now we have 7 by default. It's on channel 4. Whoops. And let's try 10 megahertz. See what we got. Definitely not channel 2. See how it goes in and out, or channel 1. So 10 megahertz is not really so great. Maybe channel 3. But you decide which channel is best for you. So this is the FCC Hack on the current firmware that you saw being displayed in the beginning. I'll leave a link to the site where you could actually download the file for free in the description below. And I hope this helps you. So if you want to reset this back to the factory default, you'll have to download the DJI, this program right here, DJI Assistant. Right there is the link. So works for the Mavic series, but this does not work, unfortunately. Is not compatible with the latest running macOS. So you'll have to find a computer with the previous operating system. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. And I'll see you all next time.